I watched Clerks all the way through and it didn't get better. I never got Kevin Smith, and loads of people I knew loved everything he did. That's 2000s. That's what I mean. I'm more talking about the 2000s, I guess, when I came of age. Like, the 2000s is bad. Let's go to games. Pentiment, everybody. People always said I looked like Kevin Smith, and it sort of annoyed me. I would say, and this isn't to be needlessly rude, I would say you are much better looking than Kevin Smith, especially back then. Maybe you look more like Kevin Smith now? Now that Kevin Smith is looking a bit more, you know, he's aged quite well, I would say, Kevin Smith. Know your decades, Jazza. We call Mallorca Male. Oh... Mallorca or Majorca? Are they two different islands? I don't know, actually. Loads of people I knew loved everything he did. I think it depends on your age, actually. People of my dad's generation love Kevin Smith. He is like a Gen X darling. People fucking love that. Same island, second pronunciation. There's Majorca and Mallorca. And I'm going to turn this down slightly because it's a bit loud for me. And maybe for you as well. Just make this down to like 20% maybe? Is there Majorca and Mallorca? Hang on, we'll sort this out. I have global up as well, but I just didn't bother playing it. Mallorca. Mallorca or Majorca is the largest island. Apparently it is two different names. LL in Spanish is pronounced Y. I've always pronounced it Mallorca.
What's Majorca?
Majorca is a bad pronunciation of Mallorca. Like, again, like the Ibiza thing. Largest island in the islands, which are part of Spain and located in the Mediterranean. These are... Okay, so it also includes Ibiza and Menorca. I think I was thinking of Menorca. I think I get them confused. Mallorca and Menorca. And I've never heard of this one. These are crawling with British people. All these islands, right? And Malibu, but that's something completely different. Isn't Malibu... Is Malibu in California? I used to think, when I heard people referring to Malibu, that it was in Florida. But I think it's in California. I think I was just wrong about that. I think it's like a beach thing in California, maybe. Also, hello, Goomba, welcome. Anyway, let's go back to Pentiment. Pentiment! Woo! Malibu is like a beach area in LA, okay. I think it's where, this is the worst show ever made. It's not. There's worse shows, but it's one of the worst shows ever made. 2.5 Men. 2.5 Men is set in Malibu. And the few episodes I watched of that when I was sick, home from school, and nothing else was on Comedy Central in the middle of the fucking day, I watched some episodes of that, and that's set in Malibu. And I always assumed it was in Florida. I feel like there's another M1 that British people talk about, but I can't remember now. Too British. I really like that emote. The two British one. Anyway, continue. If you missed last stream, we have just discovered a body. Right? We have just discovered a body, and we've examined the body. We went over his head and his bussy, and we found out that he was killed by a big rock or something. And, you know, there's a murder mystery, basically. I got a house in Malibu. I think Malibu is like one of those incredibly affluent things. I can't get that note out of my head. Oh yeah, we also found a note in German. The girl who died and the innocent with her. What could it mean? And who wrote it? Now, we can eat. We can also maybe follow that suspicious boy. It's become a murder mystery, and we're a detective now, for some reason. I guess they don't have a detective around here. What would they have? A bailiff? A sheriff? I don't really know what they would have. Anyway, let's go down to the lower abbey. Or we could talk to Cecilia the nun, maybe. Marbella? I've never heard of Marbella or Marbella. Again, it's Spanish, so it'll be Marbella, right? Do you have anything to say, Till? Hello, Master Mailer? No, apparently not. I haven't been to it in 4 years, though, so it may have burned down. I think Malibu is a very posh area. Off to Marbs with the lads. Oh. I don't like the whole shortening islands names. That's the other one. Is it over? I think it's over here. Ah, fuck, he's gone. He was right here, I'm sure of it. Fuck. Well, we can pet the cat. Meow. See, that's cute when they do the little chin thing. That's kind of cute. Marbella, fucking love it. Love it! just fucking slamming their heads off the fucking pool sides and going to hospital. Oh, the amount of fucking blood in the water in a Lanzarote pool. It would be like cocaine for sharks. Can we go into... I guess we're just kind of wandering around. Hang on. Open up the journal. Bloodthorian, yep, that's fine. Be present during the inspection of the Baron's body. We did. I should find someone to share supper with. Didn't we already... We did definitely see him. I should find someone to share supper with. Most of the families in town are welcoming. Lady Salamea may also want to speak with me after she arrives at the Abbey's guest house. Maybe I could even visit Smokey in the forest. Smokey sounds fun, but also maybe the cheated wife. That might be a good one to do. Sesh with the lads in Corfu. I don't even know where Corfu is. I've heard Corfu. I've never... I don't know where it is, though. This is where they're keeping that strange woman chained up. We found that. Strange chained up woman. What are these? Ah, Columbine. Looks like it's coming in early. I wouldn't bring those to school. That's a really just dumb joke. Lower Abbey. I think the guest house is up here. Why do the lads never want to go for a picnic in the ruins of Knossos? It's not really a lad thing to do, is it? Right. Oh, here we go. Oh, little freak. Look at this little freak. Which one of these? You're the fancier one. You're probably the lady, right? Yeah, there we go. And you're some random serf. Hello. Oh, you're such a little freak. I love you. Look at that little nightmare. He's got a beard. He's a dog with a beard. He's a fucking hideous freak. Oh, you poor thing. You're going to be bullied. Let's go here. It's a Greek island in the Adriatic Sea, Corfu. I've never really heard of it, to be honest. I've heard people refer to it as like a holiday destination, but never bothered looking it up. I don't know really anything about that area. I don't know anything about anywhere near the Adriatic. Like, I don't really know anything about Greece or Turkey or anything, really. Anyway, Cyprus. Know nothing about Cyprus. Lady Salamea.
Oh, Master Mailer, would you care to share supper at my table? I would like to talk to you about my late husband.
I would be honoured to break bread with you. We have a skill check. We click the skill check. I have heard that that is not always the good thing to do. You hate islands that aren't Ireland, though? I'm sure there's islands I like that aren't Ireland. I don't really like Ireland. I think Ireland sucks. I'm struggling to think. Iceland. Fuck me, what was that noise? Did somebody just shoot a dog? I think Iceland looks cool. Iceland seems like a cool place. And New Zealand. New Zealand is a cool place, I think. It kind of just seems like Ireland, but like a little bit more together, right? Greece is a very new country, to be fair. It's not had a lot going for it. Yeah, it's only popped up in the last few years. My Lady Rothvogel, I would be honoured to break bread with you. The UK, I said what I said. Those are the two. Thank you, please sit.
Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord, Amen.
Amen. She's kind of a MILF, I'll say it. I'll say it, I'm brave enough to say it. New Zealand kind of just seems like Ireland, but a little bit more together, which is an achievement considering it's two separate islands, right?
I find myself rather out of place here, without the comfort of the Baron. Thank you for agreeing to share a meal with me, Master Mailer.
Of course, the honour is mine. Are we going to fuck the widow? We are a wine slut. We're a wine slut. Australia could technically be considered a big island. Yeah, I know what I said. I considered Australia an island, and I skipped right over it and went to New Zealand instead. Of course, the honour is mine. Yes, but he doesn't like us. Of course, the honour is mine. Oh, are we gonna be forward and just like fucking slowly reveal more of our chest? I imagine we shave. This character seems like he'd shave. Are we going to fuck the widow? I imagine this character is very well groomed. I think he'd probably be clean shaven and then trimmed in certain areas. You are welcome to any comfort you may find in this difficult time.
I find ample enough comfort in my ladies, thank you.
Now, do we think that was a rebuke or hinting that she is sapphic in some way? Select food to eat. That's a big quail. Let's eat some Emmental cheese. Emmental's kind of nice.
Not that there is much comfort to be found in these cold and dreary alpine towns. Lorenz and I had meant to take a tour of them before returning home to Worms, but, well, return we shall.
I'm sorry for your loss, my lady.
This sorrow is just the first of many, I'm afraid. I've been cocked for years.
The UK is nice minus England. I'd rather get a root canal without Novocaine before going on holiday there. Cornwall's meant to be nice. Failed to slip, slop, slap, seek and slide. Ooh. See how long he survives in Australian peak summer. I simply wouldn't go. I'm basically come to terms with the fact that I will not see my parents anymore outside of December and January. Because they are moving to, Spain soon. Like central Spain, and or maybe central Spain. I think they're on the coast actually. I don't know where they're moving. Somewhere in Spain, somewhere very hot, basically. And it doesn't really get to comfortable temperatures, even a little bit, until like November, December, January. So I'm just not going to see them until then. Basically, I'll go over and see them over Christmas maybe, but aside from that, fuck off. I'm not going over to Spain.
This sorrow is just the first of many, I'm afraid. I'm a cockwean. Cockian? Cockwean?
I don't know the term. I have just seen it on various internet places. Like female cuck. Female cuckold. I would think you'd just use the word cuckold, but apparently not.
Are you married yourself, Master Mailer?
No, and I don't want to be. Not yet. There's so much of the world I've yet to see, if you take my meaning. Oh, yes! Right. A woman waits for me in Nuremberg. When I finish my work here, we will be wed. No, and truth be told, I'm not looking forward to the prospect. I think 1 or 3. We can either be overtly whorish, which she doesn't seem to like, I'll be honest.
I didn't become a little bit of a slag. I became a total slag.
Or we can go, I'm not looking forward to it either, and just be more subtle about it. I'll be more subtle about it.
That is a shame. There are joys to be found in marriage, should you care to work for them.
Yeah, are you gonna fucking lecture me about getting married, Miss Cook?
Perhaps it's no surprise to you, and perhaps it's no surprise that you and Lorenz became fast friends.
Oh.
I imagine he saw something of himself in you. Something about 7 inches, let's say.
Let's butter her up. We want to get with the medieval MILF, I think. Maybe. I don't know. This mightn't be a good idea. This is a murder investigation. Is there any slutty detectives? I can't really think of many. Whenever I think of detectives, I think of things like Columbo and Sherlock Holmes. Like, neither of them are particularly slutty. I don't think I could name a slutty detective. Maybe we're going to come up with one now. Poirot definitely isn't slutty. Miss Marple isn't slutty. Maybe we're going to trailblaze here and become the first slutty detective. Columbo. Oh yeah, Columbo. Apparently Columbo was kind of a sex symbol. Miss Marple is for sure slutty. There was a Miss Marple actor that I would. I can't remember her name. Miss Marple is for sure slutty. I think Columbo... I saw like a sexy magazine spread of Columbo in the 70s at one point, I'm sure. And I remember finding it very strange. Anyway, rarely have I met someone with such a depth of knowledge and a thirst for debate. And we sort of lick our lips and sip wine. Oh, we're talking about him. Oh, either way.
His thirsts were not limited to his scholarly pursuits, regrettably. His lusts for drink and women once afflicted him with great remorse, though such shame faded with time.
Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries? I don't know what that is. Is that a newer one? Is that one of those ones that's like set during the Regency era or like the 1920s and is just kind of like an excuse for them to wear little hats? With Essie Davis, who you liked in that new thing. Essie Davis. I recognise the name Essie Davis. It's set in the 20s in Melbourne. Oh, I think Emma's watched a little of that, actually. John Constantine is sort of a detective and he gets around. Yeah, but it's also nerd shit, right? Is John Constantine that Marvel nerd shit about demons? Essie Davis. Who is Essie Davis? Essie Davis is the woman from Boardwalk Empire who did the really bad Irish accent. I remember now. DC, actually, you normie. Oh, that's actually slightly worse, isn't it? As much as I hate to admit it. Constantine is a classic film. I thought people hated the Keanu Reeves Constantine. Maybe not. Maybe it's a cult classic. I thought it did not do well. But I think I remember seeing a little bit of it when I was very, very young and thinking it was alright. Keanu Reeves is not a good actor. I've seen Keanu Reeves be good in, I think, 2 or 3 things in his life. Like, he's really, really good in one of his first roles. There's a movie, it's a sort of very dark comedy drama called River's Edge, about some based on a true story it's from the mid-80s, about some teenagers who find a body, basically. It's very good. Not in a Stand By Me way. Like, one of their friends murders somebody and they all find out. And it's very good. And he's great in it. He's fantastic. He's really good in a movie by Gus Van Sant called My Private Idaho with River Phoenix, where he plays a male prostitute. And aside from that, I don't know if he's actually good in anything. I really like the first John Wick movie, but I don't think he's good in it. Keanu Reeves was great in The Matrix because he was supposed to have no personality. This is what I mean. There's really... Yes, My Own Private Idaho. That's the one I mean. He's really good in... I mean, he's perfectly suited to John Wick, and it's not obscure. No, it isn't. It's not obscure. It's not obscure at all. There's a... Acting like we haven't heard of it. Well, some people mightn't have. Nobody... No, River's Edge is fairly obscure. What was I saying? Sorry, you've knocked me out of it now. The Matrix and John Wick, he is not really required to act. He's just... In John Wick, he's required to look angrily just off camera a lot. And that's kind of it. And he's very good at that, because he's very tall and has an angry beard, right? And so he's good at doing that. He's good at just sort of growling sometimes and reloading guns. And then The Matrix, he's meant to be like basically an office drone and then like a personalityless Christ figure. So like, he's good in that. Anyway.
His lust for drink and women once afflicted him with great remorse, though such shame faded with time. Lawrence was a flawed man. His various infidelities were no secret to me. But are we not all flawed before Christ?
What did I just eat? I don't know what I just ate. Oh no. He's great in Cyberpunk. I think that should count. I've heard he's alright in that. Keanu is hot, so I'll watch him in anything. I sort of agree. I think he's very attractive. But I don't know. Sometimes not. Like, I watched him in Speed recently, and he looks like a twat. Like, there's something weird about him in Speed. He's got like a weird buzz cut, and it does not suit him. Lovely, lovely lad, Keanu. I'm waiting for something horrific to come out about Keanu Reeves. He ages really well. He does. I think he looks better now than he did before. Anyway.
I loved him as a wife should properly love her husband, but I would not say that we were friends.
Oh, that's sad.
I only hope his appetites are not what led him to his end.
Actually, I will say, I watched Francis Ford Coppola. Was it Coppola? I think it was Coppola. His version of Dracula from the 90s with Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder, I think, and Keanu Reeves. And that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And I think he gets unfairly maligned for that movie. Because he is truly terrible in it, Keanu Reeves. He is really, really bad. But everybody else in that movie is equally bad. And I don't think they get mocked enough. Which movie we're talking about? Dracula from the 90s. It is one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever seen, right? But it is baffling that he was singled out for being so terrible when everybody in that movie is laughably bad, including Gary Oldman. It is terrible, Dreya, no lie. It's so bad. I forgot you hate Dracula. I like some Draculas. I like the 50s Dracula with Christopher Lee. That's fantastic. And I like the 30s Dracula with Bela Lugosi. That's also really good. It's so good and lesbian. It's lesbian in a way that straight men will get off to in the cinema, right? It's bad. It's a bad movie. For some reason, just halfway through, they just get Winona Ryder and Christina Ricci or something just to make out. And it's like, this doesn't feel like it fits here. Do you like Christmas Carol? I like Muppets Christmas Carol a lot. That's most queer representation, yeah. Dracula's wives in that film, Chef's Kiss. I like a Muppets Christmas Carol. That's one of my favourite Christmas movies. I don't know if I've seen any other Christmas Carol adaptations. Have I? I don't know if I have. I've watched Scrooged, but that's not great. Winona is my even bigger crush. Do not slander any Winona movies. I like Winona Ryder. I think Winona Ryder is pretty good, but not in that movie. I think Winona Ryder can be really good. I liked her in Heathers, even though I didn't really like the movie Heathers very much, because I find Christian Slater really aggravating. I think she's great in Beetlejuice. I like Beetlejuice quite a lot, even though I'm not really a Tim Burton fan. I really like Beetlejuice. She's really good in Stranger Things, and unbelievably hot in Stranger Things. About that it. Winona good in Stranger Things. There we go. She knocks it out of the park in Stranger Things, yes. Her and... I feel like putting Winona Ryder and David Harbour together in a movie is just like catnip for bisexuals, right? Why all love Susan Sarandon? Yes. Like, we can all bond over Susan Sarandon. Girl Interrupted, she's really good, and so is the rest cast. I've never seen that one. Yeah, oh my god, yes. More like Susan Sarandon, how dare you. I don't even know if I've seen Susan Sarandon in many things. But, you know, I've seen her in GIFs. Saran, yes. I loved Little Women as a kid, the one she was in, but haven't rewatched in ages. I've never seen that one either. Emma really likes it. I think Emma likes all the Little Women adaptations and likes the book a lot. It's one of her favourites. I've never read the books or seen any of them except the most recent one, which was really good. I was not expecting to like it. I thought it would be a bit too saccharine, and I was a bit, you know, wary about watching it. But Emma dragged me to it, and we watched it, and I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. For about 20 minutes, I was like, this might be a bit too saccharine. A lot of people running around and excitedly hugging. And then I got more into it, and I was like, nah, this is actually fantastic. Greta Gerwig's one. Go watch that one. It has Saoirse Ronan in it, and Emma Watson's in it, and it's the first time I've ever seen her act. Because I wouldn't call anything else I've seen her do acting. In Harry Potter or in any of the other movies I've seen her in, she is worse than Keanu Reeves. But in that movie, she was pretty good. Anyway, bad up for debate.
I only hope his appetites are not what led him to this end.
I've been searching for the answer to that quandary myself. Yes, I'm apparently the sheriff now. I have this badge I made myself out of cheese.
Were you and Lawrence so close that you would trouble yourself so?
We were going to be, and then he got ripped from me. My motivation is personal. Oh yeah, who's been framed. Okay. My mentor, Brother Piero, was found with the Baron's body, but I do not believe he killed your husband. I will be honest. I enjoy seeing her whether she acts or not, so I'm whatever. Oh, grenarious. I don't really get the Emma Watson thing. I find her annoying in every movie I've seen her in, except Little Women. I think she's quite good in Little Women. Emma Watson is really bad at American accents, which I think is one of the easiest accents. God bless the United States of America. There we go. Perfect. My allegiance is to God and the flag of these great United States of America. I'm flawless. Not a fan? Yeah, I'm not a fan. I haven't seen much of that Beauty and the Beast remake she was in. I've heard that was pretty bad as well. I have heard... Emma showed me a clip of Dreya, not a professional actor. Yes, I am. My my Emma showed me a clip of her singing in Beauty and the Beast, and you could feel the autotune coming off it in waves. It was not good. Yeah, I feel like they should have just dubbed her. I felt bad. I had to watch that with my partner's sisters. Oof. I can only do exaggerated East Coast or vague Deep South. Gold! Yeah, there's gold in them there hills. I feel like that was better, honestly. I hate Beauty and the Beast in general, so I've never seen it. I like the new Beauty and the Beast. I think people agreed it was just kind of average to fine, right? It got like a 6 or a 7. I love old Beauty and the Beast. I've never seen it. People like the hot Beast Boy, right? People like the hot furry in it. I don't find him hot. Not old, I mean Disney old. You don't mean the 40s one from France. Le Belle et la Bête that I watched. That's the only one I've seen. The only one I've seen is the French black and white one. Ron Perlman, Beauty and the Beast, best one. I've never even heard of that one. I can pretty much do any accent. Yes, but to be fair, the best thing about it is the backgrounds. They're stunning. I found that with... it was the only Disney movie I've liked in many, many years. Was I finally got around to watching 101 Dalmatians, because Emma wanted to watch it. And I thought it was pretty good. And the backgrounds were fucking stunning. Like, every scene was like a fucking oil painting. It was incredible. Well, there were watercolors, but you know what I mean. It was like every scene was just immaculate. It was so good. And while watching it, I was like, what fucking happened to Disney? Because this is actually all right. Although then I read reviews, and I found it very interesting. There was a reception section on Wikipedia, like usual for movies. And even in 101 Dalmatians, which I think came out in the 60s, all the contemporary reviews from the 60s were saying things like, his first non-trash movie in decades, the first Disney movie in a while that wasn't saccharine nonsense. Fucking hate Disney. And I was like, it's not a new phenomenon. They're me from the past. I never get tired of them. Having said that, I know a lot of stuff is, but yeah, I don't like it. 1 second. Ron Perl, Beastman. Oh my god. Aside from the nose, it kind of just looks like Ron Perlman, right? Oh my god. With Fabio hair. That is interesting. I have never heard of this. Beauty and the Beast 1997. Oh, it's a TV show. It's like a mini-series, I guess. Look at that fucking poster. That's incredible. Exposed. It's so bad. Oh my god. This is prime, like, furry entertainment, right? I remember it on TV, really? I've never heard of this. The only Beauty and the Beast I've seen is Beauty and the Beast... I can't even remember. 1946, that's it. Beauty and the Beast 1946. I have seen this, and it's alright. It's fine. It's an okay movie. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's necessary, to be honest. But I've watched this one, the 1940s French New Wave one. That's alright. Catman, yes. In this one, he's very much like a weird cat boy. And he speaks in like a raspy French voice. Le Belle. It's a bit silly. I wasn't massively into it. And it leans more into like the fairy tale-ness of it all. But you know, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's fine. Look at that handsome boy. That's a handsome boy right there. In a way that kind of irritates me. I want to punch that boy. Anyway, back to the game. My mentor, Brother Piero, was found with the Baron's body, but I do not believe he killed your husband.
If not him, then who?
There are many possibilities, both here in the Abbey and in town. A lot of people hated your husband. When will we get a beast who is a cosmic horror instead of just a hairy dude? Yeah, if he was, like, properly fucked up, I think that would be fun. He was a proper fucked up boy. Because right now, most of them seem to go with the sort of, he's actually really hot. Whereas in the French one, it did feel like, nah, this is a fucked up monster. I'll be honest with her. Your husband managed to cultivate many enemies. Found my favourite here. Oh, God. Just, the thing is that in this one as well, I think you are right. That is a stunning background. That is a really beautiful background. But I think the actual character looks so bad and out of place that it makes me not like it. Whereas in 101 Dalmatians, I feel like the art styles gelled more. Whereas in this, it feels like they got an actual artist to do the backgrounds, and then whatever fucking intern they had to do this woman. Yeah, just forget the character. Like, this looks so bad compared to this. It looks so terrible. It was the 90s, wasn't it? Was there one? 90s Disney? 90s Disney was not a good time. Anyway, let's go back to game.
That does sound like Lorenz. He was a man of many opinions, and he gave them freely to all who would listen, and some who would not. The previous abbot, Father Matthias, seemed to appreciate that about him. This new abbot is perhaps more conservative.
An abbot? More conservative? Aladdin was a good time. I've never seen Aladdin, but I've seen clips of it. Emma has shown me clips of it, and it looks unbelievably annoying. Like, Robin Williams is not a funny man. He just isn't. He wasn't, whatever. Robin Williams is very aggravating, and the rest of the movie looks trash, so why would I bother? Father Matthias was an open-minded man, from all I've heard. A true scholar, angry face. Father Gurnet doesn't share Matthias's passion for the written word, yet endures the expense of it.
To be put in such a position would make any man unhappy. I understand. I wonder what he will make of Lorenz's gift to the Abbey.
Well, that's gone now, by the way. Wait for her to continue, I think. Aladdin was great. I don't think I like a single 90s Disney movie. Because I can think of a few, like this golden era for millennials, right? It's basically 90s Disney and Harry Potter was what millennials have based their personalities on. And so I've seen and heard of a few of them, right? So Pocahontas is really terrible. It's so fucking boring. Mulan, turned it off halfway through, got really bored. Aladdin, never seen it, don't want to from the clips I've seen. Beauty and the Beast, never seen it, don't want to from the clips I've seen. What else is one of the big ones? Little Mermaid, never seen it, although I think that's a bit before. Little Mermaid, yeah, never seen it and also not interested. Lion King, unbelievably overrated. I don't like Lion King. Lion King is just bad Hamlet. Just read Hamlet, it's good. Hamlet's still a good play. Go read Hamlet. Don't fucking... Lion King is just shit Hamlet. Redeem Silent Streamer. I mean, they got Elton John and Hans Zimmer to do the music, and it still ends up as fucking that soundtrack as well. What the fuck were they doing? Redeem silence. Sorry. I know it's contentious. I don't really like Lion King. I don't think it's the worst of those. I think it's way better than whatever it's called. Like Mulan or Pocahontas. Those suck. But it's not great. Just go read Hamlet. It's so pretentious. Hamlet is not pretentious. This is a thing I ranted about on Discord. Fucking mystify Shakespeare. Shakespeare is goofy as shit. Like, Shakespeare is the goofiest, funniest, dumbest shit you'll ever read. But posh people have gate-kept Shakespeare from people until they think it's this pretentious, otherworldly art form. If you read Twelfth Night or something, it's just fucking constant sex jokes. Twelfth Night's fun and, like, goofy and stupid, and Much Ado About Nothing is goofy and stupid and funny, and Macbeth is like a stupid Michael Bay action movie from the 1600s. It's a good time, and Hamlet's just a good, like, fun drama. I've only seen 1940s French New Wave Beauty and the Beast. Okay, that one is maybe a little bit. Hamlet is just the saga of Amleth, just read Amleth. So that's what I mean, like, even at the time, people were making fun of Shakespeare for his tropes of everybody fucking killing each other all the time, and constant fucking sex and gore in Shakespeare plays. It's it's good. It's a good thing. I like a lot of adaptations of Shakespeare, but didn't really learn it in public school. I feel like they do it in school as well, is the thing. I feel like they mystify Shakespeare as this, like, high art. And it is art. It's good art. But, like, You don't need to take it massively seriously to enjoy it. You don't need to study Shakespeare in order to enjoy it. The language isn't that bad if you get used to it. And it's just like a fun, good time that you can read more into later. What's up, guys? I really wanted to talk about my love for Shakespeare today and how Shakespeare is amazing and totally not goofy or anything. I really like Shakespeare. A little body of points. Shakespeare was basically constantly under threat of being thrown out of the theatre business by his betters and the Puritans for being so fucking sexual and horny all the time in his plays, and bloody and actiony and silly. And that's a good thing. And at some point, like, Shakespeare, standing room in the Globe Theatre was for, like, most of the theatre was taken up by working class or poor people to get out of the cold. And they'd be, like, shouting at the screen and whistling and stuff like that and cheering. And at some point over the last few hundred years, it has become this elite thing that people do. And I think that's very sad, because I like Shakespeare, and whenever I say I like Shakespeare and I like reading the sonnets and I like some of the plays and stuff like that, people will always go, like, oh, that's very pretentious. And I'm like, it's good, it's just good, it's just a fun thing. Shouting at the IMAX screen in 1570, it's that kind of vibe. It's like, actually, there's and I know Stephen Fry is a twat, but, put that aside for a second. There is an all-male performance of Twelfth Night featuring Stephen Fry as Malvolio in it. And there's clips of it on YouTube, and I think you can watch it for free on YouTube. And it's fucking hilarious. And it's in the Globe Theatre, and there's only standing room. And it's just people in t-shirts and jeans watching this Shakespeare play and fucking pissing themselves laughing. And, like, wolf whistling at the guys coming out in like, drag with dumb makeup and stuff. And it's really funny, and it's endearing to watch, because it's like, that's how Shakespeare is. That's what you should be doing. It's just, it's fun. Anyway, hello, rant over. I enjoy a lot of the movies based on this stuff. That would have been 1700s. I don't know. I can't remember when when was Shakespeare writing? Oh, sorry, I missed the other paragraph. In Germany specifically, Goethe, beloved universal genius, I don't like him, seems like a prick, took on the task of reforming the theatre a bit because it bugged certain people that the audience was yelling and eating and farting and fighting during plays. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yes, exactly. It was like a Rocky Horror Show. Because, like, there wasn't television and books weren't as proliferated and a lot of people couldn't read. So it was like, you would just go to the theatre because it was dirt cheap. It was like, a quarter of a penny for a piece of bread and a theatre ticket. So you would just kind of go into the thing, watch these plays for the fourth time, and just, like, wolf whistle at people and laugh and, be silly. It was a good time. Anyway, whatever. It was entertainment, and then it became art in all caps. His name is literally a euphemism for wanking. Shakespeare is fucking shite. Being forced to do that at the age of 14, 15 is wank. This is what I mean, actually. It's a good point. Because when you do Shakespeare in school, and it was the same here, when you do Shakespeare in school, it is like, okay, everybody, I want you all to be quiet. All the students, all the 14, 15-year-olds. I want you all to be very quiet. We're about to do, and then hushed speaking voice, Shakespeare. It is the peak of literature. It is high art. You are to take this very, very seriously, and you are to be very quiet while we're reading it. And we are going to we're going to just really immerse ourselves and study this. We're going to stop every 5 seconds to analyze what that line meant. And it just fucking guts it. I love certain books in English literature. Again, I feel like it's just the attitude. Like, I liked To Kill a Mockingbird, but To Kill a Mockingbird isn't that old that we stop every 5 paragraphs and analyse it. High art, man dressed as woman farts. Exactly. The Bard. Gatekeeping. Even now, Fringe Festival in Perth is like $50 for a show minimum. It's fancy and inaccessible. Yeah, it is. Like, you don't get theatres like the Globe anymore, where you just stand and fucking yell at the screen or whatever. Although they have done it a little, like, my brother recently went to a screening of Hamlet, I think. Was it Hamlet? It might have been Hamlet, a year or two ago now. Went to a screening of Hamlet in the cinema, and it was just like, it was live streamed, like cameras around the stage, live streamed from the Globe, I think. And so it was like reaching more people. And he said it was really fun. He was like, I think he went as part of school, or maybe not, there's after school, but he went as like, with some people who were like, this is going to be intellectual and will be artistic. And then they all ended up just kind of laughing and having fun. And he was like, oh, good. Hello, Weetabix, welcome. But yeah, that's my rant for the day, I guess. Try reading, like, old media that's sort of venerated to the point of being ridiculous. Like, Don Quixote. Don Quixote's really fucking funny. It's just a funny book. Like, I read Don Quixote because I thought I was going to be all pretentious and highbrow as a teenager. And I was like, I'm going to read this serious book. It's like this, high class, one of the first Western novels and stuff like that. And then I read it and was like, it's like fucking watching Looney Tunes. It's dumb and stupid and funny. And then also sad and stuff like that. But, like, it's fun. I can't read old books because they're in stupid English. That is a problem with Shakespeare. I, for some reason, never had a problem with Shakespeare in English, which is Middle English. I don't speak Old English because that's insane. But actually, speaking of Old English, when my girlfriend Emma, she is studying Beowulf at university right now. She's doing an English degree, and she's studying Beowulf, and she loved it. She was dreading it again. She was like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Is this going to be like really boring and old? And then she got into it and was like, this is fucking great. Beowulf's amazing. And her teacher did this really cringy thing, her professor, right? Where they decided that after they had finished reading it and after, studying it a bit, what they would do was they would read it as it was meant to be performed, right? Which Emma described feeling dread when he announced this, because what he means is that it would have been read out loud with people acting it out at the same time it was reading, right? So they'd get 2 people to come up, or 3 or 4 people to come up on the plinth, and he would read out the translation that they were doing. I think it was, what's his name? Seamus Heaney's translation. Reading it out with like a drum fucking next to him, doing a beat in poetry. And they would sort of act out the movements while it was reading out. And they said everybody in the auditorium had a face of like genuine dread when he announced this. But she said that by the end, they were all fucking loving it, and it made them love the book even more. So like, demystify it a bit. All this high art. There's like a lot of what is now considered classical high art literature is just like fun pop stuff as well as being really good. That's why it's lasted. But, people just kind of put it on a pedestal a bit much in Old English. I don't think anybody speaks Old English anymore. I think it's similar to Finnish, isn't it? Or Icelandic. I used to read a lot all through school, but now I don't have teachers to ignore, so it never happens. That's kind of the same with me. I used to read a lot more. I used to read like a novel a week. Now, it's more like a novel every couple of months. Like, it's not great. Sounds like fun to me. I would dread the fuck out of it, and I would never take part, but it did sound kind of fun. I only read when I'm on train or something, and I remember to take my Kindle. I don't even have a Kindle. My parents are big Kindle users. They were one of the early adopters of Kindle and have never gone back. But we had like a big... I did not grow up wealthy, but my parents had a room set aside for books. And I had lots of bookshelves in my room, like fucking lots and lots of books. Hundreds and hundreds of books in my house. And so I was big book nerd. Now, I don't really have many books. I have one shelf of books over there. It is getting kind of stacked high, so I might need another one. But, I don't really collect them in the same way. This conversation they'll have about Crazy Frog in 300 years. There is probably artworks that will be held up like that in 300... I can see, like, I don't know, Cormac McCarthy or something like that. It'll probably be held up as this in 300 years. Or Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is probably a good one. In a few hundred years... Lord of the Rings, because that's a book from the 50s. Lord of the Rings will probably be held up as like this untouchable high art that you have to study really intently in order to understand. But then, now it's just like you read Lord of the Rings and it's fun. It's a bit dry, but it is still fun. There was a time people didn't take the Spice Girls seriously. J.R.R. Tolkien just ripped off Beowulf. That was actually part of what they were studying, is because Beowulf has kind of influenced half of all media, right? Basically, like Beowulf is It's one of those foundational pieces of text. As well, this is the thing. As well as being just a fun adventure story with like cool troll battles and shit like that, it's also like a foundational thing that influenced everything that came later. And so it is treated with the utmost respect. But, you know, it's also just like a fun thing. And you can see Lord of the Rings in Beowulf, and you can see, you know, all these other adventure stories in Beowulf. It's the private education system that gives it this feeling. Even in my national schools, there was this around. Like when we were doing Macbeth, I really liked Macbeth. I really, really love Macbeth. I think it's a fantastic play. But even Macbeth, if you don't know Macbeth, the first couple of lines of Macbeth are Macbeth cleaving someone in half in the middle of like an over-the-top fucking battle. Instantly, it's all blood and guts and murder and shit. It's not a particularly serious novel. And play. And the play was at least half written to make fun of fucking James the First or whatever, who believed in witches and shit. Like, it was basically just mocking the fuck out of him. It's basically a satirical action movie. But it's, and I know that makes me sound like the worst fucking English teacher in the world. You know, in a way, Shakespeare was kind of the Michael Bay of his time, so maybe you kids should like it. But I think it is. I think I did watch a school production of a Shakespeare play, but I don't know which one it was. I think just school kind of leeches out your enjoyment of a lot of stuff, to be honest. He talks about it in Leaf and Niggle. I don't know what Leaf and Niggle is. I learned Elvish, English lit teacher of 15-year-olds in 2245. Zoomer boomer. Ooh. I'm a teacher who comes in with a fucking sweater vest and a bow tie and goes, "Now I'm gonna make Shakespeare cool for you." I always liked the thing about J.R.R. Tolkien, that he just wanted to make languages in the dumb Hobbit Lord of the Rings series. Yeah, he was way more about world building, and then it just sort of happened, right? Just kind of happened. Pretty sure there's an actor studio type thing with a young Mel Gibson taking a cast through it online, talking about Othello. That's one of the ones I haven't seen, and I need to watch it, because Othello's meant to be really good as well. Othello has an unfortunate history of blackface, but, you know, the actual story is pretty good. You know what's the one I don't like, actually? I don't like Merchant of Venice. I think Merchant of Venice is really bad. I think it's a rare L from Shakespeare. I don't like Merchant of Venice. I did that in school, and I tried reading it again, and I tried watching the movies of it, and I fucking hate it. There is a couple of really good speeches in Merchant of Venice, but overall, I just fucking hate everybody in that play. Like, everybody sucks. Whereas, you know, a lot of Shakespearean characters are just interesting. Like, Macbeth is basically Breaking Bad. Like, if you like Breaking Bad, or The Godfather or whatever, you'll like Macbeth. They're basically adaptations of it. But yeah, it's not great. I had to read Goath's Faust, which rhymes from start to end. Awesome book until the love story starts, where Faust gets attracted to a miner. I've never read Faust. I've heard it's alright, but yeah, that sounds a bit... I stopped reading when that started. Anyway, I should probably play the game instead of talking about Shakespeare endlessly. I just like Shakespeare. And I think a lot of people just sort of, again, put him on a pedestal and think he's too highbrow, when he's one of the less highbrow things. Like, I actually was trying to read... There is a short story writer called Nikolai Gogol. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But I tried this morning reading a little bit of that, and I found that way more impenetrable than Shakespeare. And it's from hundreds of years later. Like, I have it on my phone here. I was reading it in bed this morning, and I was like, it's pronounced like Google. Okay, Nikolai Google. And I found it fairly impenetrable. I was like, it's very dense and very archaic the way it's written and stuff. And I was like, I'm kind of into it, but I don't know if I'll continue. I'll try. It's pronounced like Google, I think. I don't know foreign names. He's Russian. Russian-Ukrainian, I think. He was born in what is now Ukraine, but was then Russia, if that makes sense. I wonder what he will make of Lorenza's gift to the Abbey. Let's wait for it to continue. Women like to talk. I know women fucking love nattering on about shit. Sorry, the fedora's in shot. He had found a book about the history of Tassing.
He believed it contained some scandalous details. He said it corroborated fears Father Matthias had expressed, but he didn't share the particulars with me.
Do you have a sense of what the scandals involved?
Beyond the broad basket of Tassing's history, I cannot say. My understanding is that this community is quite old.
It's Europe. Everything's old. Everything. That means nothing.
I'm sorry, I can't be of more help. I have some education, but I lack my husband's thirst for knowledge.
An educated woman? Sounds a little bit like witchcraft to me.
If you find the book, hopefully its significance will be apparent.
You're meant to play piano and look pretty. Actually, no, pianos didn't exist. Play the lyre and look pretty, I guess. If God wills it. Do you plan to stay in Tassing long? We'll hint. Like, I'd like if you did. Do you think Lady Salamia has a side piece like her dead husband? I could almost guarantee it. I might even be the maid over there. It might even be like their maid servant. Lady in waiting. I don't know what all the different things are. Emma's not here and I don't know history. Do you plan to stay in Tassing long?
Only so long as it takes the Archdeacon to investigate my husband's murder. Though the circumstances of my time here are dire, I'm in no hurry to return. Martin Luther's there, and he's a real fucking prick.
Why is that? No, wait for it to continue. Again, women love to talk. I'm so sorry.
You are a disarming man, Master Mailer, and much too easy to talk to.
We're Columboing it. Wink. You're not the first to tell me so. Yes, says you. I will say, outside of this stream, I am virtually silent. This is where I get all of my talking out. Until I did this stream and outside of this stream, I basically don't speak. And I have what is charitably been called resting bitch face. So people don't tend to speak to me outside either. I very much like being quiet and still for long periods of time. Emma does not. Emma talks constantly. We are the opposite of each other. I am perfectly happy. Before, actually, speaking of school, when I was doing these things in school, in secondary school, I would go multiple days without opening my mouth, without speaking. Like, I was going through some very severe depression at the time, but I would go multiple days without opening my mouth to anyone. I would just kind of go through completely silently. And I still would be perfectly content doing that, I think, except here, where I talk endlessly. Me too in school? I think it's a common thing. If you are maybe a bit, like, mentally unwell in school, or have had a bad time in school, I think it's a common thing to just kind of withdraw very much. And I definitely did that. I remember my English teacher, actually, the one who I did Macbeth with, my English teacher came up to me at the end of 5th year. Right? So I would have been about 16, 15, 15, I think. Came up to me at the end of the year and said, "Now, I noticed you haven't spoken really in my class ever. I hope that next year you feel a bit better and you come out of your shadows a bit." And I went, "Oh, that's kind of nice, I guess." But even then, I just kind of went, "Oh, thanks," and then just went away. Me too, or BF is very convenient. I like stoic folk around me too. I would say I am fairly stoic, I guess, maybe. Again, off stream, just kind of quiet and emotionless a little bit. Anyway, you are not the first to tell me so. Wink. I can't really wink. I can wink in that I can close one eye and keep one open, but it always looks very awkward and like I've just had sand thrown at me. Like, I can't make it look good. Like... And that looks creepy as fuck, I'm sure. You're not the first to tell me so.
Ha! That does not surprise me. Would you like to ravage me? To be frank, I do not know what will become of me when I return to Worms. My title and residence may be in jeopardy. Lorenz and I have a son, but he is young yet. I don't know of many legalities. Only my position is at some risk.
I don't know. I suspect you'll survive just fine, and then we mime breasts. I don't know. In high school, kids would be like, "Why do you never talk?" I'm like, "What do you want me to say? I'm super talkative to friends." Yeah, that's kind of it. It's more that I didn't have any friends, I guess. Like, all through secondary school, I have one or two friends off and on, and mainly not. So I just kind of didn't talk. But even with friends, like, even with Emma, like, I'm perfectly happy. Like, our relationship dynamic is quite nice for me, because I will just sit quietly on the couch while she talks for like 2 hours. And I'll just kind of sit quietly on the couch and just kind of, maybe read a book or do a crossword. Nice. I like peaceful silence. Peaceful silence is lovely. Like, I've made jokes about this, but I would be perfectly happy if I was single or something. I would be perfectly happy just sitting in a dimly lit room in a chair for hours and hours doing nothing. I think I'd be perfectly fine with that. I don't really get lonely. That might be something that's broken in my brain, but I don't think I've ever actually genuinely felt lonely. I can't really think of a time, even when I've been very alone. I don't think I've genuinely ever been lonely. I love silence. Italy is very hard work for me. Oh. I think my partner and I are both fluctuate between really chatty or really quiet and multitasking. I love, actually, yes, very quiet and multitasking is me. I can't really do only one thing at once if I'm doing anything. I either have to be basically meditating or in a coma, like sitting just doing very little and just kind of staring into the middle distance, which I enjoy. Or I have to be doing about 15 different things at once. Like if I'm on the computer, like I will be watching something, playing something, writing something, editing something all at once. That's great. Anyway, even reading. I don't read without music playing in the background, even something like that. I'm usually chatty when typing, clearly, but it depends. You're in a difficult position, my lady. I will pray for your happiness. I could make you happy.
As will I, Master Mailer.
That was a fairly pleasant conversation.
I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I fear I must rest.
Of course, you've had a long day. Thank you for having me at your table. We want to be endlessly polite to this woman, because she's probably the most attractive person we've met. Although Florian has a certain charm about him. I like the little, cute smile he has.
Be well, Master Mailer.
But she's got a strict face, is what I was about to say.
Whatever anyone says of my husband, I'm certain he appreciated your friendship.
Like, Florian is like a nice, polite, smiley boy, and she looks like a little bit strict. So those are the two I'm vying for right now, I guess. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, we found someone to eat with, and we didn't manage to follow that guy. I should get some sleep, or break into the library. Obviously, we're breaking into the library. Are you insane? Let's pet the dog before we go. Can I talk to you? Are you lovers? You're avoiding my eyes. What are you doing to that fire? I don't really know how fire works. Can I talk to you at all? No. Well, we'll pet the freak dog and then go on. The horrible little freak dog. You're disgusting. I do appreciate how all of the animals look really freakish in this. Somebody mentioned it before in this stream. But, the animals all look like they're from medieval manuscripts. They're horrible looking. It's great. He is a good boy. He is a horrible freak. I love it. Right, let's go up to the library and try and break in. I don't know if we know how to pick locks. Although we are a Belgian wine slut. So, we might know how to pick locks. Hello, Jessica. Welcome. Where is the library? Library's somewhere. I have a map. We'll find it. He is a good boy. Yeah, so far, if there is a romance option in this game, it's either going to be Brother Florian, the bearded good boy, or it's going to be angry noblewoman. Where the fuck am I now? This isn't where I'm meant to be. Go into the Old Bailey. Yes, this is where we need to be. The scriptorium and then the library's in there. This is the... How do I break into the library then? Hang on. They said there was another way in, didn't they? Library's over there. Oh. They said there might be like a secret way into the library. Journal. I have a lot of work ahead of me. I should head back to the Gertners. No, I'm breaking in. Underneath the church. Thank you. Thank you for the hint. Let's go into the church. Because we were told there are many ways in. Oh, it's my friend. Oh, shit. Matthew is the Abbey's circator, which is a monk responsible for making rounds in the Abbey. If he sees me, he'll kick me out. I have to keep out of sight until he's passed. Good thing he can't see well. Okay. So, the sort of tiny twink monk might catch me. Oh god, this is the worst hiding place you've ever seen. No, step monk, don't. I'm stuck. Fucking hell. That was the worst stealth job I've ever seen in my life. A stealth job sounds like something else. A stealth job sounds like something you do in the cinema when you're not meant to be. The dormitory, the sacristy, the Old Bailey. So we could go down... No, the dormitory is locked. The Old Bailey is not locked. Into the crypt then, I guess, if it's under? The foundations of the abbey were built when the Romans occupied this land, not long after the death of Christ. It's weird that they're, you know... They're not within living memory, but they're a few hundred years closer to Christ. They're all obsessed with him. These tomb markers go back centuries, all the way to the founding of the abbey. This is quite nice. This is the most comfortable room I've seen in this place. Abbot Dietrich, from the height of Kursau's power in the 14th century. Those days have long passed. It's kind of like where I grew up then. I grew up in a medieval walled town in Ireland, right? And it used to be a very, very important port. Cromwell entered Ireland through it, and it was a big trade hub, and it was originally like a Viking settlement, I think, and then medieval, and then, you know, big fucking walls and cannons and shit, and then it slowly faded into obscurity and now is a fucking dead backwater nothing. So, you know, this is the fate of this place as well. Ooh, a lovely relief of the Virgin and Child. It's where all the corks of the world were made. Are you willing to say the name of the town? My hometown is named Youghal. Youghal. It is a bastardized anglicization of the original name, from what I remember. Ah, yes, that parliamentarian fella. A lovely relief on the Virgin and Child. Shame it's hidden down here. I wouldn't say it's lovely. Okay, we can click on her brooch and the bird and the key. Key, probably? That was it. Now what? Find the secret door to the library. Yeah, we were talked about a key. Does it just open? Amazing. My hometown too was where the emperor had one of his seats and was quite a big and rich trade city in the Middle Ages, but then the mines ran out in ore and that was all that. Yeah, I think there was maybe a mine here as well. There's a quarry. I know there's a quarry. Yeah, just a bad town. It's like big, I have fond-ish memories of climbing the old ruined medieval walls in my town and hopping over them, like climbing up one side of the ruined walls and hopping over the other to get to school quicker. You know, that was kind of fun. But in general, it was not fun growing up in my hometown. It was, again, backwater trash heap. Let's go to the library. If I go up these stairs, it's going to take a while to find the records I need. Yeah. I'll lose some time tomorrow, unless I turn back now. Enter the library. In my hometown, only 16 people survived the plague. Don't worry, I know exactly where the Spoken Slayer lives. I am pretty sure I have revealed my postcode at one point. Well, air code. It's not. We only got postcodes about 3 years ago, and I keep forgetting mine, so I have to keep looking it up. We're too small to really need them. You have revealed more than enough. Read. What's this? Only Dreya would laugh at the plague? It's kind of funny in retrospect, right? What's this? Oh, it's a big old book. De Herbis Cambriae. I'm assuming that means herbarium or whatever. On the herbs of Wales! The writer is Cadphalis of Salopia. I don't believe I've heard of him. Interesting, he writes about butcher's broom. The Greeks used it to aid with urination and defecation. This author claims it can also help with the reduction of swelling. He seems to be speaking from experience. A wonderful hidden treasure for the abbey. Maybe you should, like, print it out and sell it and, like, give it to people so that they know? Fucking abbeys, man. A lot of history was lost in a fire like 800 years ago. I don't know if we have much history in my town. I mean, other than... we have the first Jewish mayor in Ireland ever was in my town in like the fucking 16 or 1700s. I can't remember the exact date. And Walter Raleigh was also the mayor here. Walter Raleigh had a house here. It's like a touristy destination now, sort of. I think it's still privately owned though, actually. But yeah, touristy kind of, you know, manor house near a church. We had the first lesbian mayor in the US, I think. Ireland didn't invent writing until 1972. I've mentioned this before. Irish monks in like the 1400s or something, or the 1300s, invented the space between words when writing books. So you're welcome for that one. You like words not being one long fucking run-on sentence or you like sentences just not being just one word with no spaces? Then, you know, enjoy that. That was us, sort of. Thank fuck for that. They invented not writing. Basically, yes, actually. They invented not writing for a little bit, and then writing again. Where am I going? Up here. Probably up the stairs, maybe? No. They invented the absence of ink. Can I knock? Oh, I can just go up the fucking stairs. Oh. But it's weird. If you do look at old, like, Latin manuscripts and stuff, you can see it's all just one sentence. Or, like, one word, I should say. Like, one word and then a full stop, and then one word and then a stop. Every sentence is fucking impossible. Read. What do we have here? More Welsh shitting herbs? A bifolium, no idea, taken from a larger text, the Mysteria Astra. I'm not familiar with it, some sort of astronomical text. Seems rudimentary, explaining the connection between astrological signs and the elements and their basic relationship to alchemy. So it's all fucking nothing. It's all nonsense. Oh, this will help me with the thing! Oh, fuck me. I need to take a picture of this. Hang on. There is a cipher that we have with a code in, like, the abbot's house or something that we will need to deal with. Hang on. Let me take a photo of this little symbol up here. There we go. That's done. Each sign is governed by one of the 4 elements. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the water signs. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo are earth signs, and so on. No. Stop fussing around. It cuts off there. The next page is about something else entirely. I'll mention you as much as I like.
Oh, you saying Emma thinks this is about Shakespeare. Emma thinks this is about Beowulf.
You do like Beowulf.
Emma thinks this is about this son. Yeah, but you don't talk about your girlfriend.
Well, I love you. No, go do your stuff.
I don't want to join in. I don't want to do homework.
Well, you have to. You have so much.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
What do you mean?
You told me you had lots.
Yeah, but like one's not due to the
Oh, I don't care. I'm already bored. Goodbye. It cuts off there is cut off. It cuts off there. The next page is about something else entirely. Sister Illuminata must be trying to reconstruct the larger text. Ooh. Those 2 pages were interesting enough, I suppose, but quite basic. Well, this is going to be important. Wait, that's the connection between the astrological symbols on Ferenc's cipher and the elemental symbols on the vulva? There's elemental symbols tattooed on our vulva. Hang on, I just want to make sure that That picture came out all right. It did. Good. No, don't click on Ferenc. He probably doesn't have them tattooed on his vulva. If I turn the wheel to the element that matches the sign, I can decipher the note.
Potatoes just left out on the counter.
What?
Why is there a plate of potatoes just left out on the counter?
I got bored of them and left them there for now.
You know there's flies.
I'll eat them later, maybe.
Flies have probably been on them.
Oh my god. Do what you like.
I'll throw them away, shall I?
I don't care. I'm just rolled her eyes very hard at me. If I turn the wheel to the element that matches the sign, I can decipher the note that he left. Excellent. There's elemental signs on the vulva. I imagine that's one of the most... How have I not tried this? I can walk with the fucking arrow keys? And WASD? And I can run? That's been I have not used the keyboard in this entire fucking game yet. I thought it was a point and click. Oh, fuck me. I could have been running this entire time. Right, well, good. Emma rolling her eyes at you on behalf of all of us. Wait, where's my mouse now? Wait, how do I interact now? E? Oh my god, I can just play it with the fucking left hand. This is most curious. Historia de Labyrintho Librorium. That, Labyrintho looks a little bit like labia. Maybe there's a connection with the vulva book. I wonder what secret text could be hidden in such a place. Yeah, we'll use the occult thing. What the fuck is this, by the way? Hang on, what is... Give me my mouse. Oh, Jesus. I have to see if I can borrow the book when I have some free time, if Illuminata allows it. You've played like 10 hours of this? I didn't realize you could use the keyboard. I just didn't think of it. Right, let's go back up. Or up again, I suppose. This is a big old library. Although I'll say, it's not that there's not many books in this library. I guess it is the 1500s and printing has only just kind of become a thing. When did Gutenberg invent the printing press? 1 second. That's still up. 1 second. Gutenberg Press. When did that become a thing? Not Gutenberg.com, although that's a very good website. If you want free ebooks that are in public domain, go there. It's pretty good. A printing press, yeah. 1440. So it's only been... it's been like 70 fucking years, but still, that's relatively recent, within living memory. And I assume it took a little bit to catch on. Right, you. Read you. This looks promising. The Familiares of the Sisters of the Kearsau Abbey. Yes. Sexy nun records. Oh, Jesus. Cecilia. That's the one we want, right? Sister Cecilia. Adelheid? Oh, this is Mother Cecilia's record. Wait, she's from the Welser family? They're one of the most powerful families in Augsburg. I don't know what Augsburg is. It looks like her family donates a lot of money to Kearsau every year. More than my family sees in 10. Mother Catherine was the first to enter records. It looks like almost 50 years ago. Sister Hildegard from the Golderick family in Ravensburg. Quite wealthy. Are these all fucking rich nuns? It looks like she became the prioress after Mother Catherine. I guess that's probably unavoidable, right? They're all going to be fucking rich people who are probably like the third or fourth sister, or daughter, I should say, not quite ready to be married off, or they ran out of men who are equally rich, and so they just ship them off to become like high up in an abbey somewhere. It's like how in Ireland, like the stupid child would become a priest. Like... You know, you didn't have enough money if you were, like, not great off, but still had some money. You probably didn't have enough money to send, like, everyone to college. So the smart brother would become a doctor, and the idiot one would become a priest. That's the general vibe. Sister Gertrude from Huff, the herbalist, yes. Her father is an apothecary, that makes sense. Matilda Oblate, yes, the nun cellarer. Tell me what that is. Appointed official in a monastery, responsible for presenting food. Oh, okay. And again, I don't mean to be totally perfect, but also would. Hottest nun so far. She came from Kempton. And what about this one? Merchant family. They donated pigments for use in the scriptorium. Ink boys. Quite thoughtful. I'll have to thank them if I ever get the chance. This note says Sister Matilda left the abbey for several months. Is that allowed? Why would she go to a hermitage? Seems strange that she's the only entry for such a note. She was bringing back demons. The date's 3 years ago. This was just before Father Matthias died. Which means it was around the time Baron Rothvogel visited. I should ask Sister Matilda about this. Maybe Mother Cecilia as well. You're getting the tea. Oh, this should be interesting. Sister Illuminata, the bitch who wouldn't let us in. Named Angeline from the Capocci family in Perugia. These names mean nothing to me. It looks like they have some connection to Kearsau through an old abbot, Rudolph. Her family donates money to the abbey every year as well. Fuck me, they're all fucking nepotistic bitches. Sorry. Sophie from Burgitz. Her family is poor, but they donated flour. Aww. Perugia. Okay. Is that Italian?
Welcome
maybe?
back to the Goblin.
Oh, thank you for the
Let's
sub,
go eat
Murph.
some
That's
maidens.
Murphy's. That's very, very kind of you. Lisbeth Oblate. She's from Utrecht. I feel like I've heard of Utrecht. Was that referenced in what's it called? Kingdom Come at some point. Anything else? You? Oh, it looks like she had an eventful life before coming here. Married with a child, both died. Perugia is in Italy. Utrecht is in Netherlands. Okay. Tis. Utrecht. Sorry. Looks like she had an eventful life before coming here. Married with a child, both died. Her merchant family has some connection to Kearsau through the Kaufmanns of Rothenburg, ob der Tauber. Sister Marguerite. Oh, the blind girl who assists Gertrude. Which one is this? I don't recognize her. Sure, cool. She went blind because of a failed surgery on her cataracts. Oh, that freaks me out. I don't like that. I don't know why that got me, but I don't like that. Just imagining a medieval surgeon just fucking around with probably a knife on your eyes, not knowing what the fuck is going on. Oh. Like, oh, we'll probably just pray and put a leech on the blade or something and then just jab it in. That'll heal it. Ugh, Homer's eyes crusting over. I found that very funny. And weirdly, I thought they looked a little bit delicious. Is that gross to say? 1 second. Can I find that clip? Non-sterilized knife digging around. They'd probably douse it in vodka. Homer eyes crusting over. Is this the one? Eye crusts?
Wait, you gotta use these drops. They prevent your eyes from crusting over.
Oh, here we go with the add-ons. No thanks.
Oh! They look a little bit like rice balls, like onigiri, or like a potato cake or something before it's deep fried. You know, something like that. Gag. I like the noise. Oh. Anyway, fair enough. Like, fuck they would. Washing was how you let the dirt in. I do remember reading, actually, about... Actually, no, I don't think I read this. I think I did the stupid thing and got it from a podcast. But I think I was listening to a podcast about medical hygiene. I can't remember which century this was, but it was fairly recent-ish. Before germ theory was invented. Obviously, they didn't know that washing hands... really why it made things better, or then sometimes they just didn't. But this doctor took over they noticed that this is what it was. It was a maternity hospital, and it was run by midwives, right? This English maternity hospital run by midwives. And so they noticed that this hospital had less deaths in it than all the other hospitals that weren't run by midwives. And they looked into it, and they realized that it was because they were washing their hands. And they were like, oh, I don't know why we do it. We just wash our hands. And a male guy took over it and went, nah, this is stupid. No washing your hands anymore. It's dumb. It does nothing. And then it just sort of, their death rate rose to match all the other hospitals. So, like, you know, the midwives had it right. Very good book about Lister's work. Lister was basically the father of sanitization, right? Why do babies die if we don't wash our hands? Shrug. Yes. Like, fuck they would. Washing was how you let the dirt in. Very good book about Lister's work, The Butchering Art. Highly recommended. And yeah, they just do surgeries in a row with the same knife. No washing. What the fuck? Why would you need that? Exactly. Listerine? I think Listerine is named after him. I don't think he has anything to do with it. Lister was basically one of the guys who was like, why don't we, like, wash shit and sterilize things? But yeah, Listerine, I think, is named after him. Although Listerine, some people, and I don't know if this is a conspiracy thing, some people think that Listerine is a scam and mouthwash in general. Because Listerine, if you don't know, was marketed as a floor cleaner and an engine block cleaner before it was used as a mouthwash. And they invented the concept of a mouthwash. People didn't really exist before them. And they didn't change the formula in between those except for adding mint, I think. And some people I have heard have said that it basically just makes your mouth worse. Like, it throws off the pH of your mouth and fucks you up a bit and gives you more ulcers. But I don't know if that's actually true. I don't really use mouthwash much. I kind of just brush my teeth. Romans had a pretty good idea, and Dark Age common folk would clean due to physical mud, etc. But upper classes and pro doctors would rub the skin with clean cloth but never get it wet. Yeah, it was just a weird thing. People were like, oh, we will just not wash our hands, as if it was like a mark of cleanliness to not do it. It was weird. That was just the marketing, though, because the name Lister was very well known after he finally got proven right. He had nothing to do with it, as far as I know. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like Listerine, not Listerine. Lister was very, very well respected. Listerine, I think, is slightly more dubious, like the actual usefulness of it. But I don't know. I think I might basically be doing a Joe Rogan and going like, oh, I read this one time, and so it must be true. You know, that fucking piece of ignorant ham. Like, I don't know if it's actually true or not. You'd have to look it up. I don't really know anybody who uses mouthwash regularly, though. I feel like it's kind of gone out of style. I don't really see it around much. Fluoride takes a minute to bond and benefit teeth. Listerine will fuck that up if you use it right after brushing. Maybe that's what I read, that it erodes you a bit much. Named after Joseph Lister, who pioneered antiseptic surgery at the Glasgow Royal Infirmary in Scotland. Listerine was developed in 1879 by Joseph Lawrence, a chemist in St. Louis. Yeah, it was after him. Anyway, the Dreya Kelly experience. Oh. One second. She went blind because of failed surgery on cataracts. That's where we were. So her eyes are crusty. Crusty eyes. Wealthy peasant family. They donated wool and a pasture in Criminal. Am I getting the vibe here that you have to donate stuff, maybe even yearly, in order to become a nun? Like, they won't just let you become a nun at this abbey. You're like, okay, do you have like a nun dowry? Sister Zdena. This should be good. Who is Zdena? Oh, another fairly hot nun. Sorry. They donate a fortune to the abbey. No wonder Mother Cecilia and the abbot let her behave as she does. Fair enough, so she's a wealthy woman. Fluoride can also mottle developing teeth. I don't really know anything about fluoride, to be honest. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of non-conspiracy theories about fluoride. From the biography I read, he seemed like a lovely, smart guy, and maybe even a little autistic. Obviously, that's the impression I got from the author's description. But they did include quite a bit of original letters from him. Friends and family, too. Anyway, I'm a fan. Lister, what a guy. I mean, Lister is probably responsible for a lot of, you know, avoidable deaths becoming lives. That's such an awkward sentence I just said. He is probably responsible for saving a lot of lives that would otherwise have died. You know, he's a cool guy. Anyway, let's exit that. I think we're done now. Are we done? I think we're done. Yeah, I can't click on anything else, I think. Am I about to be caught? Talk to Cecilia or Matilda. Okay. Anything else up here? I think that's everything. Speak with Matilda. Notes on Sister Matilda. Hang on. I should ask Sister Matilda about her stay at the Hermitage following Baron Rothvogel's last visit. It can't just be a coincidence. I think she works in the convent garden during the day. Mystery. Mystery stuff. Let's go downstairs. I am kind of expecting to be accosted by a nun. Go downstairs, please. Oh, lightning. Like, go down, you fucking twat. Like, or a ghost or something. Oh! Yep, hide. Oh, fuck, we left it open. Oh, it's this guy. Kiss? Kiss? Kiss! Yes, kiss! What in the... Shit. Oh no, this is bad. They can't possibly... I don't want... Oh, fucker. Right. Okay. Oh no. Let's see what your thoughts are, my friend. What am I going to do now? Run for it, go, go, go. You should speak with them openly, in good faith as men of reason. No. Just wait for them to finish. That's also really bad. I don't want to... Oh, that's creepy. Join in? Oh, like, I don't want to just... I mean, right now, as I'm thinking this, they are fucking going at it. Matthew is like a full-on power bottom. Just like... Oh, God. I don't know. What would I do? In this situation, what would I do? I would probably go out and go, ah, sorry, and then run away. But no, I think I might wait. Because I don't want them to know I'm here. Because I broke in. And also, I feel like just run for it. I don't know. I also feel like, you know, it's 1518 or whatever. This is not good. Like, what they're doing is against God, right? I mean, I can wait for them to finish. Fuck it. I shouldn't just sit here and watch. Do not fucking watch, you psychopath. Don't watch. What are you talking about? If I can't get out of here before the sisters arrive in the morning, it might be even worse. Oh, that's true. How long could they take? An hour? It depends, like, how much foreplay, and they seem to be wanting to get straight into it, so they're probably not doing much foreplay. And then aftercare, they're not going to be doing that much aftercare on the stone floor, right? It's... I think it'll probably take no longer than an hour. Was that gay monks kissing? Yes. Fuck it, wait for them. It'll only take, you know... I don't mean to be rude either. They're men in the 1500s. It's medieval times. This will last 3 minutes, exactly. You know, they might be good at it. It might take them like an hour and a bit. But like, even that, it's probably enough for us to get out. It may not be awful if Zdenna finds me first. Maybe we're friends. Sister Illuminata will certainly not be... No, she'd fucking kill us all on the spot. You're being generous. I can't tell with her. Just a little patience. Block your fucking ears, turn your back to them. This is rude. Don't watch. Don't watch at the very least. Just, you know, I don't know. It's kind of hard to avoid, I guess. But you'll have to listen to make sure they don't stop and come find you. Or, you know, so you know when they stop so you can sneak out behind them. But Oh my god, how long did they fucking take? Oh god! How long did they fucking take? They've been there for fucking years! How many times did they fuck? They'd be empty! They'd be fucking dry! Oh, thank fuck it's her that found me, though. She's one of the nicer ones, right? Oh. They'd be shooting dust! Or were they just edging each other for like 6 hours? And then looking like a fucking fire hose full of cream went off. Gotta make gay while the cum shines.
Andreas! Andreas, wake up!
Sorry, gay? Sorry, what?
Well, are you here for the books or for me?
Oh, we're fucking in there. Well, unfortunately, because of what I witnessed, I am rock hard, so let's do it, I guess. Oh no. We can just be honest. She seems cool, honestly. I noticed you're in the sex cellar. This is where all the monks and sisters come to have sex. Why are you in the sex tower? Maybe they had to cuddle and have a D&M. Exactly. That's what I say. Like, let's say they do 20 minutes, half an hour of foreplay, and then the same amount, maybe an hour of aftercare, and then, you know, the main bulk. Like, it's not going to take them too long to finish. I guess they just went multiple times. I was looking for clues. Fuck it.
Quite noble of you to risk the abbot's wrath by breaking in here.
Yeah, sorry.
The Baron seemed like an interesting man. Not that Mother Cecilia would let any of the sisters talk to them. Was he interesting?
I feel like we would have ended up here. He was a bit of a prick. I mean, he was a Tory. We didn't like him that much. We were going to use him for a quick, you know, a quick session in the sex crypt, and then we were going to dump him, probably. He was an artist, sure, whatever. Made a whole night of it. I guess that's the way to go, right? They probably don't get to do this very often. It's like Brokeback Mountain, which is a fantastic movie. I'm sure everybody has seen Brokeback Mountain. But Brokeback Mountain's really good. But, you know, they don't get to do it very often, so they need to, like, make a weekend of it. So, you know, you'd probably want... It's like, oh, well, we probably won't be able to do this for a few weeks again, like, before our schedules line up. Let's, you know, make a night of it. Light some candles. You know, we'll have some fun. Had a great appreciation for art.
I appreciate art. Could you help me deepen my appreciation?
Well, again, I am rock hard, so sure. Of course, there's a lot I could show you right now if you'd like a lesson. Yes, we're slutting around.
Thank God,
Are we actually going to do this? Fucking yes! Wait, is that Illuminati coming? Who fucking cares? Seduce Zedena. Got an achievement. Back in. Get away from the fucking door. Oh dear. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, you know what you're doing. That's a nice surprise.
Sister Zedena, are you here yet?
I'm coming. Just a minute. Plot twist, the monks are still there now, going, fuck, should we run or wait? Love the backhanded compliment. We took the wine slut perk. So I know that's not, I can't remember what it was called. We took what I'm calling the wine slut perk. So we are canonically good at sex in this game. I imagine if we didn't do that and took like the nerd perk, she would have been like, oh, you're kind of fumbling a bit. Do you know where you're supposed to put it? Or is it in? You know, something like that. Or have you found it yet? Sister Zedena, are you here yet? Fuck me. You know, it's like under the... Oh, God, never mind. Are you here yet?
Sisters of dinner!
Hold a finger to your lips. Do it quietly. That is very interesting. Just keep going, but quietly. Oh, fuck. Angrily presents the upraised middle finger of her right hand. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, God, protect us! Sister Illuminata, come quickly!
Oh, it's too late.
Someone is asleep!
Fuck you! What the fuck? You absolute prick! You could have just let me stay hidden. What the fuck? You prick! I will not be having sex with you in the future. Oh, fuck.
Andreas! How did you find your way in here? And why are you so hard? Have you been fucking the books again? This is why we don't loan them out. And why are you here in the first place? You scared Sister Zedena half to death. Look, she's quivering and she's clearly wet herself. She's soaked with fear.
I was just hoping I could find some clues. It was all very innocent.
In the library? What could possibly be in here that could happen?
For fuck's sake, I'm sorry. I might want to be Charles Entertainment Cheesed. I don't even remember saying that. Driving the reputation right into the ground. Slept with a nun and got burned. If the nun had let me hide, it would have been fine, actually. But she's just horrible to me. I'm not sure. Do you know why Sister Matilda was sent to a hermitage around the time of the Baron's last visit? ... Get the nuns all up in the duff. Oh.
I do, but this is not appropriate to discuss any further. You should speak to Sister Matilda or Mother Cecilia.
I can't speak with you. Look, we could all join in together if you like. I mean, if you like. Total slack. If you want to, we could go back to it.
It's not my story to tell, and in case you've forgotten, you shouldn't even be here. Please leave immediately.
So soon? Yeah, we won't push it. We won't push it anymore.
As you should be. Now,
we'll awkwardly waddle away semi-cross-legged, right? We are wearing tights, I would like to remind everybody. Fish fear me hat. Oh, good. That looks better. There. Like, we will awkwardly kind of, squish our legs together and, waddle away. Maybe hold a book in front of us.
Come, Sister Zedena, we have work to do. You need a bath.
You fucking prick! Don't you dare look at me like that. Dropping off to get ready for work. Have yourself a lovely time. Have fun at work, Crown, and thank you for joining. If Crown hasn't been shouted out, shout out Crown. Or just shout him out again. Right, well, we're out of here. Good stuff. What's next? We have a few more people to question. Honestly, I want to go down the nun alley. Like, well, we kind of just did go down the nun alley, I guess. But not fully down the nun alley. We only sort of got our tip into the nun alley. So where are the other nuns? One was in the garden, maybe? Sorry, I'll stop making nun jokes, by the way. Found a record of admissions. Matilda. We need to get... I should ask Mother Cecilia, our sister Matilda. Where are they? Mother Cecilia or Matilda? Where is Matilda? Matilda, cellarer, works in the convent garden. Let's go straight to her then. Convent garden. We are fucking Columboing that. We are a slutty Columbo. Where is the garden? Oh, we haven't been in the convent yet, actually. Let's go. We haven't been to the nun house. I don't think I'd want to set foot in a nun house. Knowing what I know about nuns, I don't want to come lumbo. Oh, do you think... There was a period of time where it seemed like there were a lot of weird, bad porn parodies of things. We are a slutty Columbo. There was a lot of porn parodies of things. Do you think anyone has ever made... Oh, I just hit my keyboard. Do you think anyone has ever made a porn parody of Columbo? I can't imagine what you would make sexy about Columbo is the thing, I guess. Columbo, by the way, is one of the few based cop shows, like detective shows, because every Columbo episode is about him basically being like a socialist and like taking down rich Tories. Like that's everyone he takes down. It's great. It's basically a fantasy show. Just one more thing, my rock hard Dodger. Just a moment. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello. You're pleasantly round. Gertrude. We want to talk to Matilda. Hello, Matilda. God bless you, Master Mayor. That's going to be very annoying for this conversation. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? You know what? With a name like Matilda, she should maybe be Russian. I don't know if I can do Russian. I can't. I've just decided I can't do Russian. Please stop corrupting nuns. She's kind of... Didn't I say that she was one of the hotter nuns? I don't really find nuns hot in general, just because of the fact that they're nuns. It's hard to find something that evil hot. I know I said one of the Nazis in Wolfenstein was hot. Leave me alone. Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it is truly necessary. If you grow up in Ireland, you get an unkinker or something. I feel like it's the opposite. If you grow up in Ireland, you learn to fear and run away from nuns. It's like they did a Bergerac porno. I don't even know what Bergerac is. I've just heard the name. I think that might be from well before my time. Not that Columbo isn't. You just had your character sleep with a hot nun. Well, she was a hot nun. This one's also a hot nun. Bergerac's amazing. I think Emma might have watched Bergerac a little bit. My granddad was raised by nuns. Everyone in Ireland was taught by nuns. Fucking love a bit of Bergerac. Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's truly necessary. This concerns the murder of the Baron. There's one of those nun orphanages. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes, it's tragic, but what does it have to do with me? Why did you have to leave Kearsau to go to a hermitage? By the way, I'm going to cut the stream. I'm not going to end it now, but maybe in about 15 minutes I'm going to end the stream, because I am getting spots in my eyes, which is a telltale sign of a migraine coming on. So my afternoon is going to be fucking brilliant. Why did you leave Kearsau to go on a hermitage? Baron Raufvogel had an appetite for young women. Oh, how young? Because if it's like, he looked about mid-30s maybe. If it was like 20-something-year-olds, that's a little bit, But if it's younger, how young? Neither his marital vows nor the vows of the women seem to matter much to him. Did I just hear a spank? It can't have been. There's no fucking way. But I just heard what I assumed was a spank noise. I've had a headache all day. I don't get them very often. I'm getting them less recently, actually, which is nice. But I get what is called, apparently, I looked it up last time, I get what is called aura migraines, which is where basically I go partially blind for about an hour, and then like a massive headache happens. So right now, I'm having to like move my eyes around a little bit in order to get the full sentences. It's very annoying. I probably get them like once or twice a month. It's very annoying, but you know, it passes after a few hours. I can't really complain too much.
Neither his marital vows nor the vows of his women seem to matter much to him.
That implies it mightn't have been the most consensual.
When I was on my way to town one day, he surprised me in the meadow and made his interest clear.
Oh no. Alright, love. Up for a bit of slap and tickle. I don't know if anyone's ever actually said that. I haven't had that specifically, but do we get migraines? Apparently it's a type of migraine. It's like a visual migraine or an aura migraine or something like that. I used to get them fairly frequently a couple of years ago, and then they've kind of eased off, which is lovely, because I hate them. Do you walk to town alone? Maybe it was your own fault. What were you wearing? Was it that sexy coverall? Sorry. Let her continue. I've become every lawyer in a sexual assault case. Son, what were you maybe wearing? So, oh god, fucking still in the news every so often you see that sort of shit. There was a big scandal a couple of years ago where a woman was assaulted coming back from home in Cork, I think, and the female lawyer, the defense lawyer for the accused, Rick was requested and was given her underwear from the night and said, well, look, she was asking for it. And I think he might have gotten off. So, you know, basically we should burn the world down, I think. Let her continue.
I refused his advances. I thought that would be the end of it.
This is the 1500s. It wasn't going to be the end of it.
That was not enough, because he did the same thing the next day. I refused him again.
Why didn't you tell Mother Cecilia again? Let her continue. Silly little tar in it. Yeah, that's basically the attitude. Let's let her continue. We'll just let her talk. Again, Columbo. We just sort of... Or Louis Theroux. Louis Theroux? I don't know how you pronounce his name. But Louis Theroux, his method is just sort of blankly stare at people until they talk and talk and talk and talk. Just unnervingly stare into your fucking... That was the spank again. Just stare into your soul until you talk. There was a powerful exhibition in Germany a few years ago that showcased all the outfits that the assault survivors have been wearing. Tough to see, but made a very clear point. I know. I think there was something similar here, actually, that I saw. Again, it's a very grim subject. I'm sorry for bringing it up. Never even been able to take anyone to court. It's unbelievably grim. I'm sorry for bringing it up, to be honest. Yeah, let's move on, please. I'm sorry. Trigger warning for retrospectively that old talk, I guess. And if anything comes up in this, just, you know, be aware that some troubling things might come up in this plot. I honestly don't know. I haven't looked it up. But, you know, there's wholesome gay love. So maybe that offsets it a bit. Let her continue.
I thought if I was patient, the problem would just leave with him. I never thought that the Baron was capable of doing what he did.
Again, maybe a slight content warning for anything that comes up in the next maybe 30 seconds.
On the third day, he attacked me on my way through the meadow. I'll be honest, I regret giving her this voice now. He dragged me into the forest, where he could have his way with me. I managed to badly scratch his neck. It saved my virtue, but it enraged him. He beat me until he was exhausted, and he left me there in the woods.
It's a miracle you weren't killed. I'm extremely sorry.
Yes, and I thank God for it. Mother Cecilia had me removed from Kearsarge for my safety until I could recover. I'm so sorry for giving her this voice.
Why do I come in at these times? Hello, Amber. Can I get a shout out for Amber as well?
The wounds to my body have healed, but the attack has left a lasting injury in my mind. I've come up with a new word for it. It's called trauma.
Oh, we're so fucking dumb. So, did you kill the Baron? He's a creepy rapist. Did you kill him? The problem is in real life, and the way I'm playing my character as well, I think if we found out that she did kill the Baron, I'd have to help her cover it up, right? Like, we'd have to help her. Like, we'd just have to drop the murder case, basically. So, did you kill the Baron?
No, I did not. If you don't believe me, just do what you feel is necessary.
It's hard to ignore your past with the Baron.
I was angry. I was filled with hate, yes, but it's been years. Mother Cecilia and
There's the spank again.
Father Thomas helped me move past the anger, to find love in this community.
That's nice, I guess. Father Thomas? Oh, that fucking prick. I hate this guy, because I've kind of given him a James Corden voice.
Yes, Father Thomas is our confessor. We can talk to Mother Cecilia about our problems, but only a priest can hear our confessions.
Do what you think is necessary. It is a good line. Did you receive a strange note recently? We did.
Yes, how'd you know?
Baron Rothvogel also received one. What did it say? Here, look for yourself. It's German again!
Remember what he did. The violence you suffered. The red bird flies. Matins chapter.
Baron Rockvocal. Yeah, he talked like Axl Rose sings. Rothvogel, the red bird.
I found it in me bed in the nun's dormitory. You can keep it if you like. I can't read.
Sorry. In your bed? Who could have put it there?
The only people allowed beyond the garden are the sisters. I can't imagine any of them making this. But we are all fucking each other, so any one of them could have been in my bed. We pass each other around like crisps. Mother Cecilia and Sister Illuminata have beautiful handwriting, but both of them have been so kind to me.
Thank you for your time, sister.
God bless you, Master Mailer.
Right, so we have her on side, I think, a little bit. We weren't as prickish as we could have been. Dreya, please. Well, look, we've already witnessed 2 monks having sex. I imagine there's probably a lot of it. Yes, apparently there's a lot of fucking going on in this place, except for Savannah, who said finally. She did say finally. I mean, she was like, I imagine if we had been a pole with a smaller pole sticking out of it, she would have jumped on us. Like, she was waiting for anyone, right? But maybe they just don't like her. Maybe the rest of them are all sleeping with each other, and they don't like her in particular. I don't know. Anyway, anyone else? We want to see Cecilia. Where's Cecilia? I need to find Cecilia. Pet Mousefanger. I will pet Mousefanger first. Which one are you gonna bang next? Maybe Blind Nun? I don't know why. Just something about Blind Nun. I'm so sorry. Ah, the many-petaled cinquefoil. It grows so easily, some consider it a weed. Hello, Margaret. I can't do any women voices. They've all sounded like fucking Cockney fishwives. I'm so sorry. I can't really do any women voices other than just going falsetto. Master Mailer. Oh, that's so bad. Yes, it's me, sister. Do you think Brother Piero really murdered the Baron? No, I don't. Oh, then why did Father Abbot have him put in the cellar? Lost Python. Father Abbot is afraid of what will happen if we can't figure out who he is. Do you think the devil could appear here at Kearsau? She's been excluded from the orgies until she's learned to contain herself. You're just too flamboyant. We're soaked every time we finish. Soaked, I say. Sorry. I suppose so. What? No, I don't think the people... I think people see the devil where they want to see him. I didn't see the devil. I'm blind, you know. But I think I smelled his odour. The night before the Baron was killed, I woke before matins and smelled something in our dormitory. No one likes a squirter when the beds have been made. We keep having to do laundry when we invite Sedena. We can't keep doing this. We have to do it in the fucking garden so it at least helps the plants. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. It's just... The cleanup is not worth the act. Sorry. It was strange. Moss and sulphur mixed with frankincense and roses. It moved through the room. I wanted to scream, but I was too frightened. And then it was gone. Like a spring. Oh, hilarious. I'm ashamed that I didn't cry out. But if there's a hose pipe ban... Yeah, exactly, cost of living crisis. If there's a hose pipe ban, maybe it would work. I didn't know that I would have done any better, sister. Did any of the other sisters smell this? I don't know, but I think they were all asleep. Thank you, Sister Margaret. Oh god, that's a bad quote to come up. I think, in context, that was from Silent Hill 2, right? I think. When we were doing a lot of that. I do stand by that one. God bless you, Master Mailer. Right, we need to find Cecilia. Where is Cecilia? Probably in the convent itself, right? Or the prioress's house. Maybe we go in there. Is this Cecilia? This is Cecilia. Why are you covered in white? Has Sedena been here?
God bless you, Andreas.
God bless you, Mother Cecilia.
Is there something I can help you with?
I need to talk to you about... Oh, do we need to talk to her about Sister Matilda? Little D just deciding which nun he wants to rail. Well, we've already railed a nun, but it was caught short. Or cut short, I should say. And then she betrayed me, so we won't be doing it again. Unless she has very nicely, but I doubt she will. Like, I have... Cut short. Oh, I have the opposite of a nun kink. I don't think I do have a nun kink. It's just that you can be hot and a nun. I just see them separately. Like, it's not, like, Matilda is not hot because she's a nun. She's hot and happens to be a nun, right? Should we talk to her about Sister Matilda? Sure. ... None is secondary, exactly. Matilda told me.
Of course. What happened to Sister Matilda was tragic. Lawrence, the Baron, tried to seduce Sister Matilda.
Did he?
So one morning... Okay, there we go. He attacked her in the meadow on her way to town. He dragged her into the woods. Sister Matilda's a strong woman, but like a bear she is. She's got actual claws. Her resistance was met with violence. When pilgrims to the shrine found her, she had been beaten so badly she could barely move.
I'm assuming the Baron didn't suffer any consequences for this attack.
No, I knew he wouldn't. We do live in 1518. You are aware of this, aren't you, Andreas? You're aware of what year it is. And even if it wasn't, let's be honest. When does that ever happen? I also knew that bringing the attack to the attention of Father Matthias would put him in an impossible position. The Baron would suffer no consequences. The abbot would have refused his continued patronage. I concealed the assailant's identity from Father Abbot and had Sister Matilda taken to a hermitage near Mittenwald. She stayed there under the care of sisters until she recovered and could return.
How did Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron again? She could have killed him. Again, if she did kill him, we'll probably stick with her, right?
Andreas, if you want me to tell you that I think Sister Matilda killed the Baron, I won't. Seeing him was hard for her, of course. She defended her virtue from the Baron, but her injuries were severe. Her body recovered in time. Her mind, I don't know if it ever will. She still fights him in her dreams. She wakes in the night screaming, soaked in sweat. So it affected her, yes. It still affects her. That doesn't mean she wanted to kill the Baron, and it certainly doesn't mean she actually did. Sister Matilda is a faithful servant and friend of Christ. I truly believe that, Andreas. She is respected and beloved by this community for good reason.
Thank you, Mother Cecilia. I'm going to write a list of suspects in my little notebook, my actual notebook, with my little dumb fountain pen that I've recently bought, and we're going to keep it separate from the notebook in the game because I find it hard to navigate. So I'm going to write down Matilda and tick her off because I don't think it's her. Matilda X. There we go. That is my suspect list. You know, it's getting serious when he pulls the notebook out. I can barely write. This is... I've muted myself again. There we go, we're back. Cool. That's gonna happen more and more. Yes, suspect list. I'm going to write suspect list on this. God, I can no longer write. There we go. Suspect list. There we go. And Matilda is no longer a suspect. I've decided. I did cross the T. Good. Just because of course.
God bless you, Andreas.
Because I don't think it is. Consider the evidence. Right. I need to decide what to do with this information. We sit on it forever. Notes on Sister Matilda. She denied being responsible. The Baron and the nun. Yeah, that's fine. Occult hens. I can't figure out what the connection between the astrological signs and the elephants are. That one we learned, right? Failing that, I inquire with the town's doctor, Werner Stoltz. We found something about the cipher. Is Matilda not a subject because we're in a situationship with her? Maybe. Also, I just... Like, if she did kill him, he deserved it, so who cares, right?
Cola! Yippee!
Yippee! Hello, Peanut. I spoke with Lucky and he was evasive. I should talk with Lucky to find out what he was arguing with. We can talk with Lucky again. He will be gathering evidence about the murder and interrogating it, the Archdeacon. Okay. So right now, we can talk to Lucky again, or go into occult hens or whatever. Found a letter. Yeah, prior for rank. Yeah, that's fine. Or the town doctor, the north side. We did break into the library, right? We break into the library, yes. I may be able to find a book to help me. And I took a photograph on my phone of something to help with the cipher. So maybe we'll be able to figure out that puzzle. Let's go try that. Convent garden. Goodbye, nun lord. What do you call a leader of a nun? Prioress. There we go. The prioress. Not the nun lord. In retrospect, it was never going to be nun lord. Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I don't know any of the other lyrics, just that. Because of that meme where it's like, look at this graph. It's just him holding up a graph and smiling. And then they edited it into other things like, look at this giraffe. And there's a picture of a giraffe. I like the internet. The internet's fun. Right, let's go to the... what was it? The Prior's house? Where was that? The Prior's house was back down, wasn't it? Yeah, it was down here at the Abbot house. That's where we need to go. So back out of here, Upper Abbey. Every memory of walking out the back door. And then something, bedroom floor. Yeah, there we go. I only remember bits and pieces of that song. That was not... My mum really liked How You Remind Me, so I've heard How You Remind Me a lot and know the lyrics to it. I do not know the lyrics to Photograph. That was not a song she liked. Even though in my head they're the same. Oh, fuck, it's locked. Well, never mind. Cool. Well then. Let's go into town, I guess. Let's try and talk to Lucky before we end. Again, I can feel a migraine coming on, so we won't be too long. Oh, Till, do you have anything else to say? Mr. Farmer Man? Hello, Master Mailer? No, apparently not. I like the sheep. The sheep are quite cute. Again, they have got fucked up faces, but everything does. Oh, the woods! We haven't been down to the woods yet. Oh, it's a bit creepy. it's a little creepy in the woods. Smokey's home. Oh, there was a woods boy out here, wasn't there? We were told we could talk to the woods boy. Hello, woods boy. Václav and Smokey. This is very Kingdom Come. Are these charcoal makers? Oh, Master Mailer. No, what can his voice be? I don't know any more voices. I don't know if I can do any more voices. And also the bit where he goes, and what the hell is on in Joey's head? I do not like Nickelback, and so I do not... any Nickelback lyrics I know are against my will. I know quite a lot of Rockstar, I think, because again, my mum kind of liked Rockstar, which I think is the worst Nickelback song. It's fucking awful. Hey, hey, I want to be a rock star. Oh. Oh. Oh, Master Mailer. Yes. We met once before, I think. You were drawing something by the waterfall. I'm Smokey. Well, Adam, but people call me Smokey. You're the charcoal burner. I knew it. Yeah, I have to stay out here in the forest near the kiln. Is there out I can do for you? Would you mind if I joined you for a meal? Are you sure? Oh. Why wouldn't I be? Most decent folks don't like to associate with my kind. They like charcoal, but they hate the burner. Oh, Smokey seemed so taken aback. Oh, Smokey. They're idiots. Let's eat. Well then, I suppose you're welcome. Oh, it's all right with you, Václav? I suppose. All right, good, good. Cork, Irish. It's a big Cork. Bless us, O Lord, like, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord, amen. 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 I don't know if I say amen or amen. I think I go back and forth. Thank you for the hospitality. Yeah, we want to ask questions and shit, so we do want to be here, so I'm not going to say I can go. I'm just going to say thank you. Of course. We're glad to have you. How else will Václav get the town gossip like? Stop, I don't. Alright, alright. I was only kidding. If gossip is what you crave, dear Václav, I'm more than happy to provide. I don't like fucking Langer like Smokies. I like to talk to people about their beliefs, that's all. No gossip like. Sorry, this is every fucking Cork voice. Smokey was making a stupid joke, don't mind him. Ah, for fuck's sake now, Smokey. For fuck's sake, like. You fucking Langer. Don't sulk about it then. Select food item to eat. Ooh, some jerky, some mountain cheese and some almonds. This actually sounds nice. Let's have some almonds first. I like almonds. Or if you're American, almonds. In truth, I'm the gossip master mailer. I can't carouse with proper people, but I like to know what's going on. Am I right? What's the fucking crack, like? Spill the tea. Ugh. Let's eat the jerky next. If you tell me some of your gossip, I'll tell you some of mine. How's it going? How's tricks like? We don't pronounce the L in almonds in Australia. Americans do. Oh, in Australia, oh, Americans don't, and apparently Australians don't either. Almonds instead of almonds. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, Smokey. Who's causing trouble, like? Or just a few men in the forest passing the time? Come on now, kid. How's it going, kid? I don't like it, like, when people spread rumours about me. I'd rather not do it to others. Gossiping gets people hurt, like. You two are like a couple old women. No fun at all. No one's getting fucking hurt. We're just telling stories. Stories. No, that's more Dublin. Story, bud. Alright, then what have you heard? Vaxlav knows something about the prior, don't you, Vaxlav? Oh, I regret talking to Smokey. Smokey's annoying me. Why are you dragging me into this, like? Look, either you tell the story or I'll tell my version of it. Stupid. Fucking fine, like. A few weeks back, I saw that man, the Hungarian, in the woods. He was doing some kind of ritual with fucking blood and shit. That's not a good sign. The use of blood is often associated with black magic. Black magic? Well, I don't care what colour it is. Sounds fucking bad to me, am I right? Am I right, bye? Sorry, I know too many people like Smokey and it makes me want to slit my own throat. Look who came out of their fucking cave. You want to spill a bit of tea, like? Whose blood was it? He cut his hand in the middle of the ritual and dripped the blood into a fucking cup. He kept repeating some phrase over and over. Sex Luke's 10 every or something. Scared you didn't... Why'd I go default into that? Scared you didn't it, Vaxlav? Well, I don't mind if people have strange beliefs. You know, let them do what they fucking want, like. I just don't like the blood. What's inside the body should stay inside. Some invocations require a blood sacrifice so the spirit has something material to work through. We're gonna freak out Vaxlav. I feel bad for him. Work through? Yes, to do the bidding of the practitioner. Sounds dead bad, like. Can you do your best northern accent? Oh, God. Narn. You heard anything else lately? That's bad. That's really bad. Narn. We're in peace talks. I can't do a Northern Irish accent. You have to start with narn. From up north. Welsh accent I can't do at all. I'm from the valleys. I'm Welsh. I like Tom Jones. Tom Jones in the valleys. Basically bordering on racism, actually. Not bad. You heard anything else lately? Nothing else comes to mind. Well, the good brothers and sisters at the Abbey may have the townsfolk fooled, but not old Smokey. Old Smokey. Oh, anybody who says, like, S as SCH in Ireland, I instantly want to run away from. Old Smokey. Do you have an old smoke, like? Ah, come on, like. Come on, boy. Have an old smoke. Oh. They get up to all sorts of things in these woods. Delicious, please tell. We're gathering information. I find him off-putting. Smokey. Oh, please, no one around here cares if I live or die. Sure don't care about what I say to people. Until they do, fine, say what you fucking want, like. You gambeen. Sorry. I'm remembering Irish slang that I know. Like, I just remember my dad in a bar calling someone a fucking gowl. You know that monk and nun who do the shopping in town? Brother Voslav and sister Matilda. Oh, Matilda, our friend. Well, they do more than shop together now, like, if you know what I mean. Good for her. They meet in the woods sometimes where no one can see. No one except old Smokey. Ugh. And do the things that adults do, do you understand? Smokey. What? It's true. What? If you are from Cork, you do not pronounce the T in what, and there's about 14 A's. You say, what? Smokey the voyeur, who would have guessed? It's not like that. I just, you know, it's possible to avoid noticing out here in the woods. Sound carries, you know. Good for them. Good for them. Good, you know, cool. Good for her. She's been through a lot. They certainly seemed happy. Very happy, if you get my meaning. Why? Oh. If anybody ever brings up anything sexual, I would never respond with, Sure. You heard anything else lately? No, nothing. No matter, there's plenty more to tell. Well, the whole town's built on Roman ruins, right? Pieces of the old town sit underneath the abbey too. Hundreds of years ago, all the Romans built all sorts of things up here. Then one day, they just kind of vanished. We built on their old bones. You still have to be careful where you step in this forest. You're liable to fall into an old ruin. Or get scared halfway to the grave by a fucking ghost, like. It's true. Smokey saw a ghost. Oh, I love You're kidding me. I'm not. I'm Smokey. It was late in the evening, like. The moon was high, painting all the leaves soft and silver. I heard a rustling in the meadow, like wind through the grass, like whispers. I looked up. It's my favourite part. This is good. And there he was, standing in the meadow, like he's carved out of moonlight. He's bent near in half. He looks at me, it's like I've been speared straight through me fucking soul. Just these two eyes like dark pools boring right into me. And his edges, the borders of him, they shimmer so hard it looks straight at him. I can't blink. I can't help it, I blink. Like God himself closed me eyes. This chilled wind blows through me, the very breath of winter. And when I look back, he's gone. It's like food to eat. Cheese, please. Forgot we were eating. I love that fucking story. A good story, well told. So a weird guy looked at you, is that the whole story? This is me when Emma tells me about creepy pastas she fucking listens to. Emma will listen to, like, spooky stories and true, real spooky crime stories and stuff on YouTube. And most of them are, so a guy looked at you and then you ran away. That's basically the stories. A good story, well told. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, like. I think there's others have seen what I've seen. Must be a lot of godless Romans under this dirt. Anyway, these ruins are haunted. Staring men are very scary. I get it. Smokey, I have to get back to sharpening knives for the Albans. Alright, enough talking, like. Okay, cool, good stuff. Good to see you, Master Mailer. Drop again sometime. Thank you for having me, Smokey. Until next time. Okay, I felt a little bit bad for Smokey, but also, you know... Are we just not working anymore, by the way? Time to get back to work. Okay, there we go. I can work. Or I can go do more investigations, but that will be tomorrow, if I'm streaming tomorrow. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, actually. There's a chance I can't stream tomorrow. Wednesday is the time I'm sometimes quite busy. So it's a 50-50 chance again. If I am, it'll be more of this, basically. Smokey's such a gossip. I kind of like Smokey. I prefer Vaclav, or whatever his name was. Most of this felling is for the Abbey's renovations and firewood. The town can only gather sticks. Right, let's go back to the church, or the meadow, or the shrine, or the waterfall. Ooh, there's a waterfall. We're going to go to the waterfall for just a second. And there's old Otto. We'll talk to him at the start of next stream. Rotten and full of bugs. No wonder Otto hasn't split it up. Fair enough. Anyway, I'm going to close this now. Full camera. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to press escape. There we go. And quit. Saved 16 seconds ago. Perfect. There's no manual save option. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. When I exited out of that game, this is the first thing I saw. Just let me put on the gain filter just to show you the full volume.
No thanks.
Oh.
No thanks.
There we go. That'll be a nice, refresher of what the stream can be for everybody. Let's raid somebody who's live. You know who's live, who I haven't raided in a while. Oh, I'm putting away my fucking pen and kazoo. Hang on. Let's raid Rusty _. I've already spelled Rusty wrong. Fuck me. Rusty Haggis. Good night, Silas. Go to sleep. I know it's very late for you. Let's raid them. Anyway, like I said, 50-50 chance whether I'm live tomorrow. If I am, it'll be more of this. Maybe a Sporkle quiz or something to start off. I promise not 2 hours of it. But and I'll be live. I'll be on Discord anyway. So, you know, I'll say it then and on Twitter and stuff. Thank you for watching. I'm really enjoying nearly 1 a.m. Jesus, Silas. I will oh yeah, I'm enjoying this game. I really am. I think it was quite a slow start, but quite a lot of good setup. And now it's properly gotten going with like some fun, spooky murder plot stuff, which I'm enjoying. So, look, will we fuck up the investigation? Yes, almost certainly. We will fuck up this investigation. But I'm enjoying fucking it up. So, bye. Bye everybody. Bye. Enjoy the raid.